argument. Perez swung the ball. Miami-Dade saying, hey, we saw a touch. Officials didn't see it. A little bit of conversation between the R2 and Coach Kiko, but it doesn't go Miami-Dade's way. And Polk gets the ball back with McInerney serving 13-3. A great lead, a 10-point lead here. This makes it tough for Miami-Dade to try to fight back. Miami-Dade struggling a little bit with their passing. Let's see if they can recover here. Have a nice pass by Miami-Dade. They finally run the middle. That's the first middle play I've seen today by Miami-Dade because their passing hasn't been there, and that was Jimenez. Great quick ball in the middle and gets a kill. We're side out Miami-Dade, 4 serving 13. And we have Takahashi serving for Miami-Dade. Polk runs behind again with Bahamon. Miami-Dade digs it up. So a great attack by number 5, Bianchi from Miami-Dade. She gets a kill, and Miami-Dade serving 5-13. And Takahashi serves it in the net, and we have a 14-5 game. So Polk still takes the lead with 9 points. And now back to serve is Chavez for Polk State. Oh, great serve. Polk State in the corner. Takahashi struggles a little bit. She gets an ace. So it's a 10-point lead by Polk State, 15-5. Polk State serves it in the net. Back to serve for Miami-Dade is Bianchi. So Bianchi back to serve, and it's 6 serving 15. Good pass by the libero from Polk State. Great swing on the right side by Polk. Good dig by Miami-Dade. We got a great rally here. Great dig by Polk. And then Munoz hits the ball wide for Polk, so Miami-Dade scores, and it is now 7 serving 15. Miami-Dade's got to fight back here. They're down by 8. First set, we're at Florida State College at Jacksonville in the first round of the district playoffs. Great block by De La Rosa and Jimenez in the middle, going over and closing that block. So a great block by Miami-Dade, and now it is 8-15. Bianchi serves it really long, an easy point for Polk State, and Polk State's got the serve, and it's 16-8. And into the game, one of our favorite players, Henriquez from Polk State, just a great defensive player coming into this match. I'm sure she'll be digging some balls back here. She serves it into the net, though. Side out, point for Miami-Dade. And Miami-Dade is now within 7. And back to serve is Jimenez for Miami-Dade. She serves the deep ball. Good pass. Polk State does a great job of running the middle, and we get a kill from Kayla Rue. Did a great job running that middle. And now serving for Polk State is Madaz. Madaz has a great serve, and then we've got Kayla Rue and McInerney out here blocking, but now the R2 calls somebody in the net. I think McInerney got called in the net. So Polk with a great block, however, somebody touched the net. Miami-Dade, De La Rosa back to serve, and Miami-Dade down by 9-18. So while we have a bit of shoe tying going on, this is a great matchup, a long time rivalry between these two programs. Great coaches. Both have been to the national tournament quite a number of times, representing our region really, really well. We'll see what happens today in terms of the winners, but possibly we know there's 2 automatic bids, one in this match, one in the next match, and possibly an at-large situation with one of these 4 teams that's here as well. A great attack by Rue runs the slide behind, and then Rue recovers really well, gets back and goes and puts a block on Perez on the opposite pin, and Polk has another point, and Polk up 18-10. Passes off the net. Miami-Dade has to send a free ball over. Polk's going to take advantage here. And Chavez, a great... we had a double. We had a double call on McInerney. So Miami-Dade gets that point, and it's 11 serving 18. And we have a jump serve by Arengo. And she takes Polk a little bit out of their system. Chavez with a great swing on the outside gets a kill. A little bit of tool off the block. It does a great job, though, on that swing. Polk is up 19-11. We're in the first set of the first match of the district matches here at Florida State College at Jacksonville. My name is Jenny Alexander. I'm the Director of Athletics here at FSCJ. And excited to have these teams here. Miami-Dade having a great pass. They've got some ball control. Number 7, Brenda Arengo runs a quick middle, gets a kill for Miami-Dade. And now back to serve is Pimentel. Great serve. Attack by Polk. Bianchi attacks, Polk digs it up. Free ball by Polk over the net. Let's see what Miami-Dade can do here. They're going to run the outside. Bianchi gets a great swing on Polk here and gets a kill. So Miami-Dade now within 6. It's 13-19. Miami-Dade serving. And we have Pimentel serving. Chavez. Now, so Chavez has a great swing. Polk thought they had a touch, but it goes long. Point by Miami-Dade, and it's a 5-point set, 14-19, and we have a timeout by Polk State right now. So first set of a great match so far. Polk came out ready to play, got a great lead at the beginning of most of this set. And Miami-Dade trying to fight back right now. They're within 5. We're here at the first round of the districts at 2 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time. We have the second place team from the Florida region, Region 8, playing Spartanburg Methodist College, who's the winner of the Region 10-17 playoff, in order for them to come down here, play these 3 teams. So Polk, because they were 3rd at our regional tournament, they come into this matchup as number 4. Miami-Dade still undefeated, nationally ranked number 1. Won our state tournament last week. They come in as the number 1 seed. Later on today, FSW, our second place team in Region 8, will be the 2nd seed. And the winner of this match and the winner of the 2 p.m. match automatic bids to the national tournament. And some really strong volleyball here. Miami-Dade fighting back, but Polk doing a great job, running some great play sets. Pretty calm, and they're going to run a back row attack. And Jimenez there to block that one down. Good dig by Miami-Dade. We have an opposite attack by Perez, but Polk able to keep it in play, send the ball back over. Miami-Dade's Bianchi gets a hit, but Molina gets a great dig, and we've got 4 contacts. Polk can't quite clear the net on that attack, and Miami-Dade now within 4. It is 15-19. Polk is leading by 4 in this first set at the district playoffs or district games. Good pass by Polk. They're able to run the opposite side, but Miami-Dade digs it up. Then we have a power tip by Jimenez. Polk keeping it in place, sends it back over as a free ball. Really tight pass. Surprised De La Rosa didn't get called in that net, but the ball goes out of bounds. And we have a point on Polk State, and Polk takes a 5-point lead at 20-15. And back to serve for Polk is McInerney. Comes in as a great setter. McInerney is from Australia. He's had a really great year, doing really well for Polk. She comes in to serve. Miami-Dade tight pass. De La Rosa able to keep it off the net. Jimenez takes the overpass. For Miami-Dade, a tip by Polk. Played it up well by Miami-Dade. And then we have Bianchi gets a swing, but Polk able to dig it. So we got a great rally here going. Oh, and a big block by Polk with Bahamon and Chavez. Just closed that block really well and shut down that opposite side of for Miami-Dade. And Polk is up 21-15. McInerney serves. Bad pass by Miami-Dade, way over the net. Polk just shoves it back down in their face, and we've got a 7-point lead, 22-15, Polk State. We're here in Jacksonville, Florida. Coach Kiko from Miami-Dade calls his second, I believe it's his second timeout of this set, and so he'll be out of timeouts. Hopefully this team will be able to fight back. They fought back some, but they only got within 5, I believe 5, maybe 4 of Polk, but still Polk coming out ready to play, doing a great job in this match. This is a critical set for Polk to come out and take the lead. And on this Miami-Dade team. This Miami-Dade team, to this date, has only lost about 4 sets this whole season. And most of those sets come into Florida Southwestern. So Miami-Dade having a great year. Polk obviously peaking at the right time. Depending on the outcome of this match, we'll see what happens. But an automatic bid to nationals up for grabs in this match. And we have a substitution for Miami-Dade, and we have Vallejo comes in to play some back row. And McInerney for Polk back to serve. And a good serve, good pass. So Miami-Dade trying to get fired up here. They have a great opposite set to number 9, Perez. Perez gets a kill. Polk is there blocking it, but blocks it out of bounds. Now we're back. We've got Takahashi back serving for Miami-Dade, and it is 16-22. Miami-Dade's got to come back from a 6-point deficit here. We're in the first set of the district competition between Miami-Dade College and Polk State here in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Jenny Alexander, and we welcome you. If you're just joining our broadcast, we have another competition at 2 o'clock, FSW versus Spartanburg Methodist. Have an attack on the opposite side by Chavez, but Miami-Dade able to pick it up. And then Morgan Madaz on the Polk side, able to kind of get an off-speed shot. It touches the block of Miami-Dade, falls in the middle of the court, nobody there to pick it up. So point and a 23-16 lead for Polk State, and Chavez back to serve for Polk. Number 5 for Miami-Dade takes a long serve. Could have been out. She's not sure, but she tries to pass it. It barely hits her arm and out of bounds. And we are at set point for Polk State. Chavez is serving 24-16. Passes off the net a little bit by Miami-Dade. We have a slide hit by Jimenez, picked up by Polk. A dig by Miami-Dade, a little bit of a joust at the net, and a second joust, and Jimenez has that the winner of that joust. And so Jimenez able to get a point off of that. We've got Miami-Dade serving, and they're down 17-24. We're still in set point here, so Polk State needing one more to pull off this set against the number 1 nationally ranked Miami-Dade Sharks, and having a great game here, or set so far. Polk gets a little bit of an off the net pass. They're able to recover, and Miami-Dade with another point. So Miami-Dade scores. It's 18-24, still set point for Polk if they can pull through here. They only need one. Pass is good. Back row attack by Morgan Madaz is a kill, and Polk State takes that set 25-18. So Polk State 25-18. In this first set. We're in Jacksonville, Florida. We've started the 11 a.m. district matchup between Miami-Dade and Polk State. And Polk State coming out to a great start. They take that set 25-18. They never did not have the lead. Miami-Dade could not catch them at one time, got within 4. But Polk State came out ready to play. And doing a great job. I think the key for Polk State in this was great serving. They took Miami-Dade out of their offense. Miami-Dade really not passing well, not having good ball control, therefore not being able to run their big offense. And Polk over here running a pretty versatile offense, running the back pin. Their outside's doing a good job, but really playing great defense, keeping the ball in play, and, of course, having great serves. So we have a busy day today. We've got some Division II matchups going on for our state, for our region over in Leesburg. Mike Rydell is broadcasting that on our FCSAA network. And some good matches over there, and the top 2 teams from our District 2 will play in the championship match at Lake Sumter State College tomorrow at 12 noon in Leesburg. And meanwhile, we've got some Division I volleyball here in Jacksonville, Florida at Florida State College at Jacksonville. Our producer today, Brandon Lentz, has done an outstanding job. He broadcasted the entire region state tournament last week. He's here again with us, running the camera, running the computer. We have Shelby, one of our softball players, helping out on the camera today. And so we're happy to bring this matchup between Polk State and Miami-Dade your way. And Polk State up 1 set to 0. Very excited for this matchup to continue. See if we have a surprise here. Polk State has nothing to lose. They haven't had the best year that they've had before. They haven't played as many matches, but staying in it, doing really well, running their offense, serving well, and staying super calm. Miami-Dade out of sync, ball control not as good. So we'll see what happens here in set number 2. Two really great coaches between Armand and Kiko. Big rivalry here, and between these two programs. And both coaches have had their share, certainly, of national appearances at the tournament. To see if we have any lineup changes. We officials here checking the lineups so we can get going. FSW and Spartanburg Methodist playing today at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So Elena and Munoz from Polk State had a great tournament. They were named all-tournament team this past week, and we're off to a start. This is where, and that was Morgan Madaz with a ball a little bit long. She's got to get a little more top spin on that or tool the block. Oh, wait a minute. I think we had a late call on a touch. So there was a touch by Miami-Dade. So a good swing by Madaz. Madaz goes back to serve. Miami-Dade passes a great pass. And we got Asensio, Player of the Year, comes around on a second tempo ball in the middle and hits it long. You don't see Asensio make too many mistakes. Really haven't heard from her a whole lot this match, primarily because Miami-Dade's struggling a little bit on ball control. And Polk drops it over barely on that serve, touched the net, but Miami-Dade able to play it up. Another net violation by Miami-Dade. Not good. Polk takes a lead 3-0 against Polk, and we have Morgan Madaz serving again, a good serve. And Miami-Dade hits it wide. I don't see a touch on that. So another point and lead by Polk State. A little bit of deja vu here from set number 1. So earlier in this matchup, Polk won 25-18. So Polk is up 1-0, and they're up 4-1 in this second set. Back is the Player of the Year for Region 8, and I'm sure going to be an All-American, named All-American soon, All-NJCAA. We have Rue for Polk, hits a great slide on the back pin, gets a great kill for Polk State. They're up 5-1. Cincio, still kind of quiet, gets a great jump serve there. Haven't heard a whole lot from her. Back row now, so we'll see. We'll see what Polk does here in this second set now that they have a 1-0 lead in sets. Back serving is Munoz, all tournament team member from last week. Great swing by Miami-Dade. Pretty easy pass up. Bianchi coming in. She did a great job. Kill on the outside for her. Back serving is the outstanding player of the tournament, Paola Pimentel from Miami-Dade. Paola having a great year. Great defensive player. And Morgan Madaz attacks that ball from the back row for Polk and hits it back in that one corner. Great shot by her. Found that hole in Miami-Dade's defense, and Polk is up 6-2. And we have Melina from Polk State serves a little bit long. And Miami-Dade has the ball now 3-6. And back to serve for Miami-Dade is Stefania Vahela. Stefania gets a great serve there. And now Asensio, great swing by Asensio. So Asensio takes a back row swing. Great hit. It touches a little bit off Polk. Polk not able to get that second ball clean, gets a double on that call, and it's a point Miami-Dade, and they're within 2. It's 4 serving 6. Good swing by Chavez on the outside for Polk. Miami-Dade plays it up. And then Miami-Dade's number 5, Bianchi, able to tip that ball right in the middle, caught Polk off guard. Miami-Dade only down by 1. It is 5 serving 6. We're in the second set. Florida State College of Jacksonville and Polk State took the first set 1-0 over Miami-Dade. Good pass. So Bahamon runs the slide behind and tips the ball nice and lightly right over the block. Gets a point for Polk State. And Polk State 7, serving 5. They got a 2-point lead. Let's see if they can keep this lead going. Great pass. Good block by Polk against Bianchi. And now Asensio from the back row just roll shots it right in the middle. So here we go. Asensio's now on the front row. That is the Region 8 Player of the Year. Has had a great year. And now one of the keys to last week's state Region 8 tournament is in the game serving. And that is Saleda Pierre from Haiti. Pierre comes in and serves the ball, but unfortunately Polk makes a great play and gets a kill there. Chavez back to serve. Polk State is up 8-6. So Pierre, had I think it was an 8-point run in one of the sets last week, really bringing Miami-Dade back. Chavez serves it a little too long. Miami-Dade gets an easy point, and they're only down by 1, 7 serving 8. Jimenez is back to serve for Miami-Dade. Chavez, a little bit of a block off. Bahaman tries to attack that ball. Chavez from the back. Chavez just had one of the best swings of the whole match from the back row, right up the pipe. Gets a great kill in that one zone of Miami, which is a hole. We've got Kayla Rue in now in the middle. But Chavez having a great attack there for Polk. And Polk is up by 2, 9-7. Here in the second set, Polk won the first set. And so they're up by 1-0. And dig. So we have rally going on here. Asensio attacks the ball. Good dig by Chavez. And Kayla Rue, great swing by Kayla Rue. So Kayla Rue attacking for Polk out of the middle. Miami-Dade struggling a little bit on that. We have a sub. We have Kaylin Cruikshank is coming in. Play a little bit. I think she's going to play a little bit of middle here. So Cruikshank came in last week. She played a little bit of opposite. So it looks like Cruikshank is in for Miami-Dade. Enriquez goes back and serves an ace for Polk. Polk is up by 4, 11 serving 7. Polk State already up. They won the first set 25-18. We're here in Jacksonville, Florida. First match of the district matchups. Cruikshank passes. That was a smart play by Polk. So Polk does a good job trying to take Miami-Dade out of offense. They serve ball right over the net, but Asensio off-speed shot. Gets that ball right in over the block and gets a kill for Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade down by 3, and it is 8 serving 11. De La Rosa back serving for Miami-Dade. Polk runs the middle. Dade passes it up, and we have a nice off-speed shot again. So Asensio really successful right now. Off-speed shots, some tips, roll shots in the middle. Looks like she's kind of trying to take Polk out of their sync. Smart player. That's why she's Player of the Year for Region 8. Probably a future All-American. De La Rosa back serving. Miami-Dade's down by 2. Polk struggling a little bit on passing. However, they recover really well, and Morgan Medaz gets a kill in the corner on that opposite pin, and Polk is back up 12-9. And Medaz backs to serve. Pierre passes the ball. We have an attack by De Silva. So we got De Silva back in the game. And we have a timeout by Miami-Dade. Coach Kiko calls a timeout. Polk up by 4 points, 13-9, second set. If you're just joining us, Polk State took the lead with one set. They won the first set 25-18 against number 1 nationally ranked Miami-Dade. So coming into this match, Polk ready to play ball. Finished third in our state tournament last week. And, you know, here they're ready. And a little bit. So Polk 10-5 overall this year. They were 6-2 in conference. They only hit 201, so their offense looking good in this matchup, and they're out here offensively doing what they need to do, running pin-to-pin offense, just being very, very calm. Polk lost last week to Florida Southwestern, who advanced to number 2. They'll play later on today against Spartanburg Methodist, who's the winner of Region 10-17 playoff. So this match and the match later, each of those teams that wins will get an automatic bid to the national tournament and possibly an at-large bid between one of these 4 teams. We'll have to wait and see. Polk serves it in the net. Miami-Dade down 10, serving 13. Asensio goes back to serve for Miami-Dade. Pierre comes out. Good pass by Polk. And a great swing on the outside by Munoz. So Munoz takes a great set, and then Miami-Dade crushes a ball. It looks like it's wide. However, Polk apparently was in the net. And I'm not sure, but I think it was McInerney in the net. And Asensio back to her jump serve, topspin. But Polk recovers well, runs a slide with Kayla Rue, getting a kill on the back pin. And now Polk up 14-11. Again, Polk State took that first set 25-18. And back serving for Polk State is, and Miami-Dade gets a kill on that one. And that was Munoz. Munoz comes out for a little bit. But Miami-Dade gets a great kill, and Pimentel back to serve for Miami-Dade. She serves short, takes Polk out of it a little bit. Chavez, a great line shot. Miami-Dade almost had that second ball up, but Chavez, a great hit down the line. We've got Bahamon back in the middle for Polk, and serving is Melina for Polk State, the libero. Been doing a great job today. Miami-Dade runs that back pin with Sarah De Silva, who has made an appearance in this set. And Sarah just had a great kill. Comes out as number 11 goes back to serve for her, Stefania Vallejo. So Miami-Dade is only down by 2 points, 13-15. So passes off the net. Polk does a great job of running that back pin with Bahamon. However, Valentina goes a little bit long on that, but she'll come back. Very, very positive player, great leader for that Polk State program. We have a sub going on. We got a new setter in for Miami-Dade. Let's see, number 4 is going in. Araujo to serve and set. Miami-Dade's going to try a little bit of 6-2 action here. Probably get their front line going. Good pass by Polk. And we've got a great block by Bianchi and Jimenez. Great block by Miami-Dade here to get that point. And then we had a tied ball game here. Second set, 15-15. So Miami-Dade changing it up a little bit, going with a 6-2 offense. They've got Araujo in the back setting. Let's see what they can do here, if they can take the lead. This will be the first time, if they get a lead here, that they've had the lead since we started this match. Bahomon passes that ball. Chavez, great swing, and I'm not sure what Jimenez did. She got in the way of the setter there. A nice tip over the net by Polk. And then Miami-Dade's number 6, Siopo, hits it really long. Miami-Dade trying to change some things up, but Polk goes out with the lead, 16-15. Polk's not going to let him take the lead. So far, no lead by Miami-Dade. It's been a whole Polk match so far. Passes off the net by Miami-Dade. We've got an attack by Bianchi, but Polk able to play it up. A dig by Miami-Dade, and a great swing on the outside by Miami-Dade's Siopo. Siopo has a great swing, gets that kill, and we've got a tie ball game at 16-16. And Miss Pierre is back serving, one of my favorite servers, mainly because she brought this Miami-Dade team back. Struggling last week against FSW, really, really frustrated, but Pierre comes in, top spin serve, but Polk makes it look easy, passes it up, and then you've got Chavez on the right pin, on the opposite pin, gets a great kill. Chavez having a great match so far. Probably has, I'm not looking at stats, but I'm just guessing there's probably 5-6 kills so far in these 2 sets, maybe even more. Pierre struggles a little bit with the pass on Miami-Dade. Polk plays it up. Bahamon gets a great swing out of the middle. Miami-Dade plays it up, but it has to send a free ball over. And now we got an outside swing by Munoz. Miami-Dade plays it up. We got a rally here. And we got a good decision by Polk State. McInerney trying to run that middle, but sets it a little too high to Bahoman, and she's not able to get it over the net. So Miami-Dade scores. Jimenez is back to serve, and it's a tie ball game again, 17-17. We're in the second set of this matchup. Polk has a great pass, very easy. Runs that back pin with Madaz. Madaz gets a kill for Polk. And Polk up again, 18-17. We got a switch out of the middles. Kayla Rue's back in on the front line for Polk. And serving, Miss Enriquez. Oh, just a great defensive player coming in for Polk. Just a spark plug, super positive. She's in the serve. Let's see what she can do with this. A little wide, or a little long. So Miami-Dade gets that, and we're back to tied up at 18-18. We got De La Rosa coming back in, I'm sure, to set. And we've got on the front line for Miami-Dade, we got De Silva back in on the front, and De La Rosa on the back to run the offense. And De La Rosa back to serve for Miami-Dade. De La Rosa, good serve. Polk, McInerney able to pull that one off the net. There's a touch by Polk. Polk is going to send a free ball over to Miami-Dade. Little miscommunication. I have a thing that libero, great libero Pimentel, not sure what happened there. Didn't take it. So the other player thinking she's going to take it, but I'm sure they'll bounce back here. Let's see, it's a Polk up 19-18. Good pass by Miami-Dade. And we have a little bit of a net, a little joust. We got Kaylin Cruikshank in. A little bit about Cruikshank. Cruikshank played a couple of years ago for FSCJ, and she has a great swing. We just had a kill on the front row by De Silva from Miami-Dade, and Miami-Dade tied it up 19-19. But Cruikshank, last All-American for FSCJ here 2 years ago. The only All-American in any of the sports probably for the last 10 years. It's a great middle player, able to come back and play her second year for Miami-Dade and comes into this match and is doing a great job. Cincio, Player of the Year, back to serve her top spin. Great slide hit by Kayla Rue. However, Miami-Dade digs it up. Cincio trying to hit another off-speed shot. Polk picks it up. Polk gives Cincio a little bit of her own medicine, roll shotting that ball right in the middle. Was Munoz getting a kill, much needed one for Polk, and Polk takes a 20-19. So we got a little bit of back and forth here going on second set. Polk up 1-0 against number 1 ranked Miami-Dade. And back to serve is Munoz. Does a great job serving. Attack by Bianchi. Chavez attacks the ball, but ends up finding Kayla Cruikshank, and De Silva on that front line created the wall. So they shove that ball back down, and Miami-Dade ties it up 20-20. Second set, the first of matches today here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm going to keep saying this. Chavez, Tamara Chavez from Peru, outside hitter for Polk State, is having an awesome match. And Chavez just got one of the best kills I've seen of the match. Hits it straight down. Miami-Dade really trying to fight back here, but Polk having a great match. A little bit of confusion. So Polk goes past the center line. I think she went back. She went over that center line with both feet. Therefore, it's a violation. Miami-Dade's going to get this ball back. Polk tried to save it. But back to Chavez. Chavez doing a great job in this match. Really taking the lead for Polk with some great kills from the outside. We got a tie ball game. Miami-Dade has tied it up 21-21. Miami-Dade still not able to take a lead. Let's see if they do it here. But they haven't taken a lead the whole match. Very unusual. Good attack. A good decision to run the middle. However, Bahamun hits it a little long. Trying to get it into a corner. Set was a little low. So Miami-Dade takes the lead 22-21. And serving is Vallejo for Miami-Dade, number 11. Chavez tipping the ball right over, and there she goes. She finds that hole. So Chavez probably about her 8th or 9th kill of the match. Great job for Polk State. Polk State ties it up 22-22. We're in the second set here in Jacksonville, Florida. Number 7 serving for Polk State, and that is McInerney, their setter. Miami-Dade Bianchi able to squeeze it by that block. Polk struggling a little bit there on the block. And we have Miami-Dade taking another lead, 23-22. Second set, and again, Polk State won the first set, 25-18. Miami-Dade tries to drop it in short, and it worked. So Bianchi drops in a short ball, and then Jimenez and Asensio out here on the outside block, shutting that play down with a great block. And we have a timeout by Polk State. Coach Armand calls a timeout. They're down, and it is 24-22 set point for Miami-Dade. So great matchup here. Seeing these two teams play is always fun, as it's usually pretty intense. And they're showing that intensity right now. So over in Leesburg at Lake Sumter State College today, we've got the Division II volleyball tournament. This fall, coming up, this new year, we'll have 10 teams in the state of Florida going Division II in volleyball, and only 9 remaining in Division I. So the landscape of volleyball in Region 8 changing. This is the first sport where there will be more D2 teams than D1. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. But some strong D2 teams. Today at 1 o'clock, Gulf Coast State, who's the number 1 seed in that D2 tournament, is taking on Lake Sumter State, the host, who is the number 4. And they play at 1 o'clock. And then later today, Pasco Hernando State is taking on South Florida State at 4 o'clock. We got a great match here at set point for Miami-Dade if they can pull it out. Polk tipping a little bit, trying to take Miami-Dade. Asensio, player of the year. That's why she's the player of the year. Asensio rolls that ball right over the block, off speed shot. She's been doing that quite a bit this set. And Miami-Dade takes the second set, 25-22. And we have a tied up match, 1 set to 1 set. Miami-Dade taking the second set, but Polk coming out. Polk having a great day so far. See if they can pull this through and keep up the tempo. They had the lead all the way through, I think until about 20. And then they let Miami-Dade sneak in the back door. And once you let Miami-Dade sneak in the back door, it's really hard to hold your own with them. So a little bit about D2. D2 playing over in Leesburg. That being broadcasted on our FCSAA website, which is THEFCSAA sports.com. If you want to catch some action over there. So the 2 winners today in the Friday matchups will play for the Region 8 championship and receive an automatic bid to the D2 National Championship. So today here in Jacksonville, Florida, we've got some Division I action between the number 1 nationally ranked Miami-Dade College undefeated program fighting with Polk State, who showed up to play ball today. They're not messing around. So we'll see what these 2 coaches, if they make some adjustments here, and see what they do. So a little bit of some changes. I think Coach Kiko, Miami-Dade, tried to throw in a little bit of a 6-2 action with another back row setter, pulled De La Rosa out for a little bit, put another outside or another opposite hitter in. So we'll see. Coach Armand's team doing a great job with ball control. See if they continue to run pin-to-pin offense, control the tempo of this matchup. So But we've got, some great players here. We had a great tournament last week. It's hard for all of these teams to come back, play right away, districts, and then turn around, and whoever wins these two matchups today will get an automatic to the national tournament. But a really, really tough to drive all the way back to Jacksonville to play. But we've got Spartanburg Methodist playing FSW today at 2 o'clock in that matchup. And I met Coach Katie from Zimmerman from Spartanburg Methodist. They were here yesterday practicing. Got some information about them a little bit later today as we get ready for that matchup. So, no surprise, Miami-Dade fighting back. They're still in it. They're holding their own. But Polk, great start to this match. Take a lead in the first set and had the lead in the second set. So we'll see what happens here. And we've got Polk State serving. And that was Morgan Badass serves, and Miami-Dade gets a kill right away. Takes a 1-0 lead. De La Rosa back to serve. So Miami-Dade had 2 set losses to FSW. They've had 1 set loss to Eastern Florida, 1 set loss to Palm Beach, and 1 set loss to Daytona, and actually 2. They played Daytona twice. Each time Daytona took a set. Not very many losses, so Miami-Dade not used to this, but doing a great job. And we've got Asensio on the outside getting a kill, and Miami-Dade taking a 2-0 lead. So they're dangerous when they get a lead on you. Really hard team to fight back and beat. We'll see what Polk does here. Coach Amon up, kind of looking. We'll see what happens. So, but De La Rosa back to serve from Miami-Dade. And ball barely touches the net. Polk able to play it. Great play set by Polk. They run the back pin, and Kayla Rue on a slide hit, and she has a great kill for Polk. And it's 1 serving 2. McInerney back serving, McInerney back serving, Munoz back serving for Polk. And there she is, Player of the Year, Asensio gets a great swing. Polk able to keep it in play, though. Great job defensively by Polk. And then there's a set to the outside. De Silva from Miami-Dade gets the kill. We got De Silva playing on the outside. This is interesting offense. Kayla Cruikshank came in from Miami-Dade. They're one of their middles, and we have a line violation. Asensio threw that ball. It looked like she almost threw it to the Polk side to try to serve. So we have a line violation on that serve. Polk State gets that point. And they are down 2-3 right now, only by 1. And Melina Libero back to serve for Polk State. So as I was saying earlier, Miami-Dade has only lost 4 or 5, basically 7 sets. Now 8 because they lost that first set to Polk earlier. Miami-Dade struggling a little bit on the pass. And Bianchi able to keep it in play. Asensio just made an incredible dig. Reached out with her right arm. Got the dig up. De La Rosa able to set the ball. And then Bianchi comes in and gets this great kill in the 5 corner. So great play by Miami-Dade, but Asensio set that in motion with a great dig. Pimentel serving for Miami-Dade. She's outstanding player of the tournament. Great defensive player. Pimentel got that one. Great serve. Then Miami-Dade's up 5-2. Great serve by Pimentel. Chavez having a great match. She gets that kill down the line on Miami-Dade. So these teams don't play each other during the regular season. They have kind of this tradition of not playing each other. I don't know if it's both coaches or one coach, but they traditionally won't play. We just had a great attack by Miami-Dade. But a free ball over the net by Miami-Dade, so you can get some offense here. Chavez is going to take a off-speed tip and put it right in the middle. A little bit of miscommunication. Miami-Dade fails to pick that up. But, they don't play each other during the regular season for whatever reason. And here they're matched up. They're playing each other again. And we'll see what happens. So this is the first time they've been matched up this year, this season, this weird spring season that we're having. And I'm sure both coaches scouted each other out very well. But Miami-Dade up 6-4. Each team has a set, so it's 1-1. We're in the third set. Chavez struggling with that pass. Ball's way up in the rafters. Polk able to send a free ball over. And then we're going to run a slide by Jimenez, and then a little bit of an overpass by Polk. Oh, interesting play. So Polk State trying to tip that ball. So Morgan Medaz, but it goes a little wide. Line judge calls it wide. R1 agrees. So Miami-Dade with the lead 7-4 here. And Vallejo serves. So great swing by Bahamon on the back pin. Gets a slide. Hits it down the line. Pimentel not able to dig that ball. Digs it behind the R1. And Polk only behind 5-7 by 2 right now. With Chavez back to serve. Chavez serves it in the net. Miami-Dade takes an 8-5 3-point lead. And back to serve for Miami-Dade is Bianchi. I thought Kiko was going to put Pierre in, but he didn't. Bianchi serves, deep ball. It's played up by the libero from Polk. Let's see, up. Jimenez hits it long on a slide, and Polk gets that point, and they're only down by 2. It's 6-8 here. And in serving for Polk is Henriquez, number 2, one of their spark plugs. Great defensive player as well. She's coming in to serve. Pass is good by Dade. They run the outside. Give the ball to Asensio. Asensio having a great kill. So Asensio not taking a whole lot of big swings in those first 2 sets and now hitting the ball really well. And she scores for Miami-Dade, and Miami-Dade takes the lead 9-6. Jimenez back to serve for Miami-Dade. Good pass by Polk. They run the middle, and Kayla Rue having a great match as well. Kayla gets a great angle shot on that 31 and gets a kill for Polk, much needed kill. So Polk only down 7-9. Good pass. Great pass by Miami-Dade, and Asensio with a cross-court kill. Asensio's back. He's doing a great job. We got a sub. Coming in for Miami-Dade is who was that? Number 16, De Silva's back in. De La Rosa back to serve for them. De Silva going to run a little bit of opposite. Good front line for Miami-Dade here. Really big front line. Asensio gets an easy kill. A little bit of an off play. Asensio able to get that kill. So you got De Silva, Asensio, and Cruikshank on the front line for Miami-Dade. That's a big front line. That's a offensive front line, and that's a blocking front line, a dangerous combination for Miami-Dade as they take an 11-7 lead here in the third set. Polk State calls a timeout. We're in Jacksonville, Florida. We're in the third set of the district matches today. The winner of this match will go on to the national tournament. We've got Polk State having a great first set, won 25-18, had the lead most of the way through the second set, but Miami-Dade came back and beat them 25-22. And then in this third set, a little bit of back and forth, but it's been Miami-Dade with the lead this set, and they're up 11-7. So later on today, we've got some great volleyball in our state. We've got Florida Southwestern, who was the runner-up in the state last week, representing Region 8, and Spartanburg Methodist College has traveled down to Jacksonville to take on FSW at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it'll be fun to see a different team play. We've not taken away from our Florida teams who've done really, really well, but have a little bit of a different matchup today and be able to see. So De La Rosa back serving for Miami-Dade, gets good serve in, but Kayla Rue running a slide. Miami-Dade able to keep that ball in play. De Silva taking a swing over on the opposite. And then we have Pimentel had a great dig just now. Asensio swing, but Polk keeps it in play. And then Madaz had a great swing as well. Kayla Rue's going to run that opposite pin slide again. Oh, back row attack. Bianchi looked like it hit off her elbow. She's grabbing her arm. That was awkward, or maybe it's her hand. She's grabbing her wrist, but really weird swing. Hit it way out of bounds. I think she went in a little too early on that swing. Munoz back to serve. It's 8-11, so Polk down by 3. Munoz was one of the all-tournament players, had a great tournament this past weekend in Jacksonville here at FSCJ, and she's back to serve. Great pass by Asensio. Polk does a great job of digging it up, however they have to send a free ball over. And then De Silva sends the ball back over. We got a net violation. I think it's against... It looks like that was McInerney in the net for Polk. So Miami-Dade gets that point. They're up by 4, 12-8. We're in the third set. Matchup between Miami-Dade College Sharks and the Polk State Eagle. Free ball sent over by Polk. Miami-Dade pulls the pass off the net. Not a good play. They had to send a free ball over. Let's see who's going to take a swing here. So Madaz takes a swing. Miami-Dade digs it up, and then De Silva takes a swing right into the big block of Kayla Rue and Chavez, who block it down for a point for Polk. Polk State only down by 3. 9-12. Let's see if they can make a run here. Back serving for Polk is Melina. Miami-Dade gets a great swing by Bianchi. Polk takes a swing back. Bianchi again. And this time Bianchi powers through the Bahamon and McInerney block to get a point. See, we got a little bit of a sub here. We got a new setter going in. Let's see. Nope, she's going to pull back and pass. Trying to see who's setting here for, I think it's Madaz is going to set for Polk. Well, Polk maybe trying to do something offensively here with their opposite side because they brought in, let's see, brought in another hitter. So let's see what Polk does. Miami-Dade serves it short. Yep. So Polk brought in Lopez. Lizaniele Lopez. She's going to stay and go back and serve. So right now, setting for Polk is Morgan Madaz. So not sure what's going on over here for Polk, but trying to change it up a little bit. And Lopez serves. Nice. So a nice dig by Polk. However, too tight, and Madaz tries to dump it, and the big block of Miami there to stop it. So we're going to do another sub. Both sides are subbing. Let's see what's going on here. So Miami-Dade going back to a 6-2 as well. Brought in their other setter from Miami-Dade, which is Otto Hu from Brazil. Going into set number 4. Polk is back. I think McInerney is back in. Yep, McInerney back in setting. They're trying to run that second tempo ball in the middle, but Miami-Dade digs it back up. Miami-Dade with an off-speed shot picked up. And then a back row attack. So back row attack by Munoz from Polk, and they get a point. So it is 11 serving 4. Polk State, Chavez back to serve. And Chavez really having earlier, I said she's having a great match. And she gets an ace there. So Chavez, big hitter on the front line for Polk. Has really helped keep Polk into this. 12 serving 14. Chavez is serving. And Miami-Dade passes off the net. And Siopa gets that ball barely in. Great shot by Siopa, though. Gets that ball in, and Miami-Dade has a 3-point lead. It's 15-12. And back serving for Miami-Dade is Miami-Dade. So Polk with a kill there. Bianchi serving, but Polk able to get a kill. And we've got Henriquez back serving. Number 2 for Polk, and Polk is down by 2, 13-15. This has been a long set. A long back and forth with some great rallies. Miami-Dade able to pass that ball up, and then Siopo able to tool the block of Polk and get that much needed side out point. Jimenez back serving for Miami-Dade. And it is 16-13. Sorry, okay, we've got a sub for Miami-Dade. So Takahashi is in serving for Miami-Dade now. A great pass, back row. Kayla Rue is just having a great match. She gets a fast tempo kill in the middle for Polk. Polk is down by 2 now, 14-16. And back serving for Polk is Madaz. A little bit of a change on the front line for Polk. We just had a sub. Let me see who just came in. So Miami-Dade not able to get that ball. Let's see what they do here. So Miami-Dade's number 6, the open. She has a little bit wide on that attack. De La Rosa coming back in for her. So I think Kiko just scratched the 6-2 idea, and he's going to get De La Rosa back in and just run his offense as a 5-1 right now. Great serve by Morgan Madaz, and a block. Like that block was by Lopez and Rue on the front line of Polk, and it's tied ball game. It's 16-16 here in Jacksonville, Florida. We're in the third set between Miami-Dade College and Polk State. Great swing by none other than Erica Asensio on the outside. Erica gets a great kill in that back corner. And Miami-Dade takes the lead at 17-16. De Silva just subbed in. And now De La Rosa back serving for Miami-Dade. Great pass by Polk. We're going to run it on the outside. And that is Munoz on the outside getting that kill, much needed kill. That was a great swing. She pushes it through the block, ties this ball game up at 17-17. Good serve. Miami-Dade gets a good pass, and they're going to give it to Erica Asensio. Erica hitting on that back pin on that opposite side down the line, gets a great kill. So now she's going to go back. Let's see what she does with this jump serve. If she stays on the ground, she's probably going to jump top it. Yep. So Erica, a little deep. A good pass by Enriquez. Miami-Dade, though, able to dig this ball up after attacks. And then a great swing by Bianchi on the outside. And she squeaks it in. Coach Armand telling his player where to be. She was in the wrong spot there. She would have dug that up. Miami-Dade takes the lead at 19-17. And we're in the third set. It's tied 1-1 between these two great teams. Great defensive player. And, saying earlier, it's the first time these two have been matched up all year. They don't like playing each other during the regular season. Miami-Dade has a hitting error there. Basically is letting Polk back in. It's 18-19, only a 1-point set. This is a long set. This one could go either way. This is an important set for both teams. Whoever wins this will take a 2-1 lead. So let's see, because we're currently tied up. And De Silva gets a hit on the opposite side, but Polk there to dig it up. And they're going to run. They're going to run that back one again with De Silva, but she hits it in the net, sets a little low. See if they can connect on that one, because that was a one-on-one block situation. So Polk serving. That was Melina serving. Great block. Great block by De Silva and Bahamon. And they shut that offense down, and they take a 20-19 lead over Miami-Dade. So we're in Jacksonville, Florida, at Florida State College of Jacksonville, and this is the district matchup. Whoever wins this match gets the automatic bid to the national tournament. And right now, Polk State has taken a 20-19 lead in the third set. Each of these teams has a 1 set. Miami-Dade only losing their 8th set of the season. They're still undefeated, number 1 nationally ranked. But Polk State doing a great job offensively. A whole different team than last week. Last week when they were here, they struggled through the tournament a little bit here and there. They had their own challenges. But they came into this district contest ready to play. They took a one-set lead over Miami-Dade, never lost the lead in that first set, and doing a great job. And one of their keys is Chavez on the outside, just having an outstanding match and doing really, really great. Sorry, I had to take a break, check some teams in. FSW and Spartanburg Methodist in the house, and we got a tie ball. Well, actually, Miami-Dade up 28-27. Set point here in Jacksonville, Florida. Great dig. Attack in the back row by Asensio. It's dug up by Polk. That is a great shot. It's a throw tip by Chavez. And we got a tie ball game, 28-28. So this very important set, number 2. And our producer, Brandon Lentz here, doing a great job, as always. And Miami-Dade overpasses it. Oh, and then Polk comes back. Bahomon and Chavez with a block down. And back to serve is Molina for Polk State, and Polk State up 29-28, set point here for Polk State.